There you go, passenger windows in. Excuse the music in the background. But passenger one's done, just showing you what I've got to do before I put them in. Look at that. Years of absolute filth on the windows. So, but as you can see, green tint. Obviously grey floor, but there's a green tint on the window. You can't really see it when it's on the car. But yeah, they're all green tinted windows. So RS has a green tint. And as I've learnt doing this, the GTI has a clear tint. So, yeah man. Get this one cleaned and get it put in. It's taking some elbow grease to get the crap off though, but you can't put a window back in with all that shit on, can you? It's disgusting. So, sort that. Get the other window in. Then I have to hot wire them to get them to close, because obviously we've got no loom in the car. So, yeah. Get this one done and I'll hot wire them. Show you how I hot wire them. Right, when I got a nice clean dash sensor and buttons and clock and whatnot out of the GTI, thankfully, because the one that was in this was horrific. So that's in there now. Got a panel to put on the bottom of the dash there. The dash is pretty much complete. It's not done, obviously there's no wiring in there, there's no loom in the car. But I have spoke to Paul today, and there is a lot of updates on my wiring. Paul's pretty much finished it, you know what I mean? But what we've agreed to do is, my wiring man Paul's gonna come, excuse the music, Paul's gonna come when the engine's in. And we're gonna put the wiring loom in once the engine's in. So basically we can turn key and start it. That's the plan. But I'll insert a picture here of what my mate Paul at Wiring Services has removed from the big box of wiring that I sent to him. You wouldn't believe the crap he's removed from that loom. So, yeah man, we're getting there, But again, that's not wired in, that dash, but it's all got to come out again when we do the wiring. It's easy enough, but I want it in there for the show. I want the car to look complete for the show. Car will be complete for the show by wiring and engine. And that'll be done after. Again, we can't even start the engine build at the minute, because I'm waiting for custom parts for my pistons, pins, rings, and blocks got to be machined. A few things, and I'm waiting for. I've got to pick up my these slider throttle bodies that have been reconditioned. They're being dropped off to Max Power Live show, Max Power Reunion show. Sorry. Yeah, there's loads of stuff going on, but we're getting there, Oh, windows are in. Both the windows are in. I can't hot wire them at the minute. I got to wait till it's, basically, need to wait till it's back on wheels, because I can't open the door enough to get to the door loom, to pin the loom, to get the white windows to go up. So once the wheels are sorted, I get it off the ramp. I can open the doors and hot wire the windows, shut the windows. Can't shut them for now. What am I doing now? I'm cleaning up windows. I've got new window strips to go on. Cleaning them up now. Cleaning up windscreen wipers, things like that. So I've got new inner and outer window strips to go on. I say new, they're second hand, but they're better than them. The ones that are on it have been fitted, basically, the wrong way around. This is a driver's side one, which is on the passenger side, and they've done that so they can have square edge that side, because you get corrosion these ends, look. It's basically, they just put the corroded ends underneath the wing mirror. So we'll take these off, put the ones on properly, so we haven't got square edges there. Come on, we're getting there. Door trims, look at that. That's what was on it, covered in glue. I don't know why. It's like they've glued the door card on at some point. Again, look at that. That's the ones that was on here. And to be fair, the ones on the other side of the GTI went anyway. So I've been in my spare parts department and pulled out some nice clean ones. Also, they've glued their door card on because it's supposed to have clips like this, look. They had no clips. So we've got clips on both sides now. Straight across there, looks all clips ready for the door cards to go back on. this will sit on there like that nicely. I'll show you, one sec. There you go. Nice tight and tidy all the way along, and the door card will clip onto there. And that's what I mean, is they had a square edge here. You're supposed to tuck around this part here. The square edge goes down here under the wing mirror. That's why they had a square edge, because they've just turned them around. Can't get these from Ford anymore. You can get some off Golfs and things, I think, that are similar. But, yeah, so that's the 2 windows done, 2 sills done, ready for the door cards to go on the front. Once the door cards are on the front, I can put the door cards in the back, and then I can put the parcel shelf supports in and a parcel shelf. We're missing a rubber that goes around here as well. I'll check that rubber's not at the body shop, because I didn't take the rubber off. I'll check if Jay took one off. If not, GTI again, take it off the GTI and clean it up. So, getting there, we're getting there. It's looking like a car more and more every time I put a video up in it. So I'm waiting for Jamie to tell me what she's doing with material regards these, because the seats, the bucket seats that are coming up with me by the end of this week, or starting next week, Jamie was going to contact the company that was doing the bucket seats and see if they've got any spare material I can use for these. If not, I found some nice material on eBay. But I need Jamie to decide today, because I need the material ASAP. Cheers. Still at it. Look at that. Centre console's in, handbrakes around, gear sticks around. I'm going to put a gear stick back in as well, and just tie it up underneath at the front cockpit area, engine bay area. Yeah, just need that little ashtray thing that goes in there. But that's fitted, nice and clean. Being picky, I could do with a new one of them. I want a perfect one. I'm trying to find a perfect one of them as well. The bit with the coin slot in, you know. Yeah, man, we're getting there. All them seals done, which I've already showed you, I think. But yeah, more and more like a car. Evening. It's okay, what is it? Quarter to 11 now. As you can see, I've been welding. And that's splatter, which you don't like to see from welding. The reason we've got a load of splatter is because I'm welding hubs, and they're steel, but they're cast steel. So they'll warm them up a bit and then weld onto it, but they don't like it. And they don't like it, so to make the weld penetrate, you really have to turn this into like molten lava. And it's not pretty looking weld. So I'm not going to show you the ugly weld, because show me mate anyway, but the reason I'm not going to show you is because people don't see past that stuff. Do you know what I mean? But what I'll do tomorrow, I'll show you once it's been on the lathe. So I'll show you. That's the difference in our hub circumference. So welded one of the flanges all the way around to make it that circumference, and then what I'm going to do, run it in the lathe. I've been down on my lathe and been trying to, I thought fuck it, I'll just wire up my own lathe, you know what I mean? Nah, it's not playing ball, man, it's not playing ball. So I'll tell you what, let's make myself a cup of tea whilst I'm talking to you. I'll insert a picture of my lathe. It's nothing mad special, do you know what I mean? It's a lathe with a milling head on it, and it does the job. Do you know what I mean? I've people who've seen what I've made on it say, bloody hell, Kev, like you shouldn't be able to make stuff like that on a lathe like that. But it works. Do you know what I mean? It does the job, and I've made some brilliant stuff, especially on the milling head. I've made my EFI inlets and things like that. What else did I make on there? Well, the Jag one. The Jag one was the bollocks like, I don't know if you've seen. On my milling head, that inlet, I perfectly milled out for a jag cylinder head on this lathe and slash mill. People's like, fucking hell, overusing that tool, but if you got it and it can do it, might take a bit longer, but if you can do it, innit? So anyway, I've gone to wire up my lathe, and I've wired it up briefly, and it's not powering up. And I remember my mate Skiddy giving me a spare motor for the lathe, like, and I wired that up, and nah, it's not having it, man. So I don't know if the switch on it, you know what I mean, the switch on it's fucked or what, like, but like we just looked at the clock, 11:15. So what I'm going to do, have another mess about on it in the morning. If not, I know a local geezer who can put stuff on a lathe. I'll get him to do it. I was hoping to do it myself, do you know what I mean? But I'll get the local geezer to do it. Just had a message off of another YouTuber, a mate of mine on Facebook. He's a good lad. I watch a load of his videos. Not going to say tell you who, but on Sunday, he's asked if he can come and film and do a review of my Subaru Escort van. I said, yeah, pop in, man, why not? I mean, I drag it out. Because I'm killing myself on this thing, do you know what I mean? Look at that, all tucked up. Killing myself on this, so away from it for a bit. Do a bit of a review with some lad for YouTube, so. But I'm going to clean up now and lock up and start again tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed the progress, man, do you know what I mean? I'm sorry if I've ranted on a bit this evening, but I'll insert a picture of my tea as well. I don't know if I took a video if I was fucking hungry. Like, I mean, but I had my tea was on the toolbox, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm going to have a cup of tea now and chill and a smoke before I tidy up. See you later. Morning. Day after the night before. Right. Told you a few things I was up to last night. And I've shown you these. Right, so there's the 5x120 flange ideally size we want. That's your 4x108. Right, that's been on a lathe this morning. Not my lathe, I'll insert a picture because my lathe shit itself. But there we go. Welded up and machined down. So now we have more than enough life in there to drill 5 holes for 5 studs. That's 1 done, 3 to go. Yeah. Ideally, if I had access to a plasma cutter, what I'd have done, I'd have plasma cut a ring to go around there. I'd have tapered off these edges. I'd have taped off the inner edge of the ring so I could run a weld on either side of the ring and then machine that down. But I have not access to a plasma cutter, not at the minute. So I have got a pal who has. So I've given him a message, I've asked him if he's able to ring me today. Because if he is able to ring me today, I'll be honest, the effort that's gone into making this one hub, the welding, to make that one hub up is a lot. So that was a lot of effort, you know. My mate's a couple of hours away by car, but if he can plasma cut me some rings, I'd rather go pay him to plasma cut the rings out of some 10mm, because this is about 8mm. So if he can plasma cut me some rings out of 10mm, I'll turn these down, taper the edges, turn the rings down, roll them up that way. Yeah. So before I commit to welding 3 more hubs today, that's what I'm going to do. So what I'll do today, I'll put this hub back together, I'll drill it with put some wheel nuts in, and we'll put it on the car. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. Get 1 hub back on the motor with a 5 stud. Yeah, see you in a bit. Excuse me. We're in my dirty workshop at the minute, slash parts store. Look at that. 5 stud. And basically, out of that original hub, that's the section I welded on. So basically, a good 90% of that stud is still held on by the original hub face. Yeah, so it's just there so I can run the studs, you see, and then drill my brake. So I'm gonna press that back into its hub now. This is the flange, obviously. Hub's over there. Press that back in, and then put it on the car and try wheeling. Cheers. 8:05. What do you think of that? And it's on. Bearing's not torqued up, but I've done it up with a crack bar. It's my 3/4 crack bar. I can't find my 3/4 length. Can't find my 1/2 inch crack bar, man. It's out here somewhere with a 19mm socket on it. I used to get them off, I think. I can't find it. It's out here somewhere. But I did that up with my 3/4 length 1/2 inch, and the bearing went tight. I'll talk you through that before. The bearing didn't go tight now. When I was in the workshop, the bearing went tight, so I changed the bearing. Brand new bearing. I loaded them down there. Like. Basically, I didn't know if I had 4 fronts and 2 rears, or 4 rears and 2 fronts. So, in the box, the bearings look identical, front and rear. The only difference between the front and rear bearings that I could find was the dust caps that go over the grease seals and the nuts. So basically, the front of the coddy's got a massive nut, the rear's got a small nut. So I went with the boxes with the small nuts, and it went tight. So then I used the bearing out the box with the big nuts, but using the little nuts, and it hasn't gone tight this time. So it looks like I got them off a Lembo. I don't know what's happened there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, wheels on, 5 stud. That's with a 20mm bolt-on spacer. Eventually, I'll do away with spacers and space out that rear hub there. Basically, in there, you see that aluminium block? That's a spacer, but it's not. I thought it was a camber block, but it's not. This is camber on the rear, and I think it's where they welded on the flanges for these hubs. They've put like a 3 degree. So for now, I can't address the camber. But Walsh brought me dinner up. It's down there on the floor. Look. So I'm going to stop when I have my dinner, and then I'll talk you through what's going on, because that's taking me too long. I'll speak to you in a bit. Morning. Today is Friday today. Showed you that wheel was on last night, so basically spent the best part of 2 days making that up, and it's too long, right? Because if I spend today and tomorrow making another one, then 4 more days making 2 more, it's just too long when I could be getting on with other stuff. So what I've done, spoke to my friend Wayne this morning. He's Droitwich shot blasting services, something like that. I'll correct that, and I'll put it in here. But he's going to CNC cut me some rings, basically. So it will slot around that hub there, and I'll be able to weld it on each side. Then I'll just have to drill out the hubs, weld up and drill out the hubs for the studs. Be a lot quicker. So I've sent him the measurements today. Yeah, sent the measurements this morning, and basically he's going to get that done today, posted off first thing tomorrow, and I'll have them Monday. So when they come Monday, I'll have the hubs prepped and ready. I'll have the holes welded up where the studs were. I'll have them turned down, ready to weld. So hopefully Monday I can weld the rings on the last 3 hubs and turn them up. Tuesday, put them back on the car. So Tuesday, Wednesday, back on wheels. And between now and Wednesday as well, I'll be able to piss about with other stuff like sort of steering wheel out, the column out, work out, carrying on with the inside of the vehicle. That's the plan. That is the plan. Because I'll be honest with you, up to RS Jamie yesterday, and yeah, Jamie's like, don't kill yourself, Kev. Don't stress. The show isn't the be all and end all, you know. If it doesn't make it to the show, it doesn't make it to the show. So Jamie just wants the car done and the car done right. So Jamie doesn't matter. It's not that it doesn't matter. Jamie's just like really nice about it, and Jamie's just like, look, Kev, man, if we don't get to the show, we don't get to the show, you know. It's not the end of the world, man. But that's my target, is to get it to the show. You know, we've got Adam booked in to pick the motor up. I've got to get the car done and back to Jay as well down at the body shop. Yeah, should have had like theoretically I would have had this car for like over a month by now, but I've had it. Well, I haven't even had it back a week yet, and I'm pushing on. That's some late nights, but I can't keep doing it, man. I can't keep putting the hours in like I've done, because it's too much, man. It's too much. So doing it this way, I think it's going to save time, and I can go from 100 mile an hour now back down to just, you know what I mean, 20 mile an hour, 15, 20 mile an hour, just plodding on. That's what I do, man. I plod. I'm not built for 100 mile an hour work anymore, man. Do you know what I mean? I just like to piss about in my garage. Do you know what I mean? Not stress about deadlines. Shit gets done when it gets done. So having a target to get to show, yeah, I've got faith we'll get there. Do you know what I mean? But not with me doing 100 mile an hour, because I ain't built that way anymore, man. I'm not 21 anymore. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna take it easy again. Take a step back and take it easier. Try and do things the easier way, not the hard way, because the way I did it, basically welding up these flanges round and round and round and round, that's the hard way, man. And obviously this is cast steel. It's soft enough to go on the lathe and machine, but when you weld to cast, it kind of turns into like a lava. Do you know what I mean? It really doesn't like to be welded to. Imagine a lava from a volcano. When you start welding onto this, it runs, you know. So you have to gravity weld it. So imagine this is the hub. So weld here, but if you run your weld too far down here, because it turns into like a lava, it'll run and it'll drop, and that's what all this on my floor. It fires out that much crap. It's got that much crap within the steel. It spits, and it's not nice to weld to, man. But theoretically, when I've got the rings, I'll be able to weld with it horizontal. I'll be able to weld that one like that, and it's got nowhere to run to. Do you know what I mean? Then I'll turn it over and weld that ring like that, and again, it's got nowhere to run to, the weld. So hopefully the weld will turn out a lot better. It will look a lot neater as well when it's finished. In regards to welding up these holes on the flange, you put a piece of copper pipe. Let's have a look. I've got it here. Hammer a piece of copper. You can see that's where I used before. You put that on the back of the hole, and then you can fill your hole up with weld, and then you knock that off the back. That's obviously you can't weld to copper, so that sits on the back of the hole. But again, it's very hard to get it pretty. Do you know what I mean? To make it look like invisible. Do you know what I mean? If you did it with a TIG, be prettier. So I might TIG up the holes to finish them off. Do you know what I mean? I've fixed the earth on my TIG now. So my earth's fixed, and I found my regulator. So it's a purge regulator as well, if you see. So yeah, man, that's where I'm at the minute. So in regards to carrying on today, I might sort that steering wheel and column out. Rear partial self supports. Again, nice chilled work again, man. You know what I mean? Oh, I did have a ring turn up, and I got the biggest one available, and it was too small. So we're still trying to hunt for a ring. I've ordered another one that's slightly bigger. It says it's 2 mil bigger, so we'll try that one. That will be here next week now. Yeah. So there's the one that was on my thumb. Look at that. You're never getting that back on. Surprised I got it. You can see why the skin ripped when I got it off. So that's been off my thumb a couple of weeks now, and it's hard to imagine that I got that off. Do you know what I mean? Never mind, had it on there. So yeah, that's the thumb update. Do you know what I mean? I'm still waiting for the logo. The lad's a busy lad, he's a lorry driver, the lad doing the logo for me, so I'm waiting for that. So yeah, I might, this is Friday morning, I might video, if I get that done and the partial support done, I'll add that. And that'll be it for this week. I'll leave you there. Cheers. Afternoon, it's Saturday today. Had a couple of badges turn up. Jamie got these off D&B Graphics. I think it says this is a 95 for the back. That fits perfect, but we need one for the gear grill. And what I'm guessing, it's 90 mil for the gear grill. We need a 90 mil badge. So I'll get it to check if D&B does 90 mil badges, but what we've got going on over here, excuse the mess. I've got some drill bits, I've got some wheel studs for the front. So I've had a bit of a day off today. Day out of the workshop anyway. You can see the wheels have gone. Went down to a tyre fitters this morning, quite local. And I took them in there, the wheels and the tyres, and the geezer jumps on the machine and I'm watching him, and he don't seem that confident, to be honest. And I says, dude, don't scratch him, like, do you know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, it's close, isn't it? I went, well, yeah. I says, do you do this every day, like? And he went, no, the tyre fitter's off till Monday. So I'm like, dude, why are you trying to fit the tyres in, fella? I says, listen, put them on the floor, put them in the corner, and I'll come back Monday, get the tyre fitter to fit them. If it's not your job, don't do it. At this, he seemed quite relieved. I don't know why he was attempting it, do you know what I mean? So I'm going back Monday, I'll have the tyres on the wheels, ready to go on here. I got everything I need. I've got a picture of my plasma cut rings. It should be a Monday or Tuesday now, I reckon. Yeah, so I can weld them onto the hubs, machine them up, build the hubs up, get this back on wheels Wednesday. Then start finishing off the interior and other bits and bobs. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. So I'm hoping. Seats are coming Monday as well. I think Monday or Tuesday, the seats are arriving with new buckets, bucket brackets that go on the bottom base. So I tidied these up, man. I painted these. I gave them a nice lick of paint, and then Jamie's gone, new ones are coming, Kev. I was like, oh, alright, sound. Can't see it at the minute, but I've put on the wiper motor, the scuttle panel, wipers are got to go on. A few other bits and bobs I've been doing. Yeah, so I'm pushing on with the little bits now. The little bits take the longest time. I've seen a few people, well, I haven't seen it. Jamie, I spoke to Jamie earlier, I haven't been on the internet today, and Jamie says that there's a few people asking when my thumb ring's gone. Well, you people clearly haven't been watching my previous videos, the last 2, 3, and this week's video. So I'm waiting for a new one. But if you want to know what happened to you, you're going to have to watch all my videos. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not on. But look at that. My wedding ring's back, and it fits like a glove now. 4 sizes bigger, that is, and it fits mint. So it cost me a few quid to get that sorted, do you know what I mean? But I got my wedding ring back on, so sorry ladies, no longer single. It's a public view, you know what I mean? Anyway, right, I'm gonna go. I'll add this to the end of the next video, which I was gonna put up Sunday morning, but I got someone advising me to put it up Monday at 6 o'clock, so I don't know. You'll either be watching this Sunday or Monday evening. We'll see. Cheers. Ring will be back soon. Here we go. Full set of lights. I know Jamie couldn't wait to see it in standard lights, because although the tinted ones look brilliant in that, they didn't work in this. So yeah, man. Very happy with them. Got a bit of rain in a minute, so just looking at, look at that, all tied up, painted, and then wipers painted. Look mint, man. So happy with that. And then even things that are looking old and tired, jet washes, painted them, let them dry off. I'll show you in the back. I finished in the back, so it's got both side door cards in now. I ain't going to open it up, but both rear door cards are in, so it just needs a polish shelf in the back now and the whole cutting. Yeah, the weather's horrific today, so don't think I'm going to get much more done today. I keep saying that and then I do something else, you know. I'm trying to think. I might do steering wheel. I might do. If I don't, you won't see it. If I do, I'll show you. Cheers. There's one thing I kept forgetting to show people. Remember I was on about the lad with the Mark 1 Focus, the Colin McRae tribute car? Oh, I dug out a wheel for him. So there it is. I've put it in a 1552 box. Spare box. That's an original Colin McRae magnesium wheel. Look at the size of that PCD. God knows what that is. Sensor board's massive. But I've got 9 of them. So what I'm going to do, I have lots of people visit, so when there's somebody going up north or somebody coming down from up north to visit, I'll give it them. If that doesn't happen in the near future, I have to shove it in the post. It's got a box there for it, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, man. That looked good on his wall, wouldn't it? In the garage next to that Mark 1. I think I put a picture in before. I'll check. If I didn't, I'll shove another one in now. Yeah, I've got 9 of them, so give him one away, won't I, really? Cheers.